Welcome to this week's InsideTrack. I'm Illinois State Representative Brad Halbrook. Welcome to my 8th installment of my new series, the InsideTrack, which began at the end of June with a deep dive into the July 1st gas tax increase. Today, we discuss HB 3144, the grocery tax repeal. While we like the idea of a consumption-based tax over an income or property ownership tax, we will discuss the finer points that no one else is telling you about. HB 3144 started out as a Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity bill to establish a grant program for local chambers of commerces. So once again, the majority party does what it does best. They take a bill drafted for one thing and change it into something else. This bill does not take effect until January 1st, 2026, so that the 1% sales tax will continue to be collected. Currently, the 1% is being collected locally and it stays locally. This number amounts to about $400 million statewide annually. In 2022, the grocery tax was suspended for 12 months, July 1st, 2022 through June 30th of 2023, because the governor wanted to show that he was a tax cutter going into the fall of 2022 election. This amounted to several $100 million lost to our local units of government. However, due to legislative action, the loss was backfilled with general revenue fund dollars, your income tax dollars. Again, the suspension was temporary and was reinstated after the election on July 1, 2023. So what does HB 3144 do? Well, it will allow local municipalities and local counties to impose their own 1% on groceries by local ordinance or resolution without voter referendum. This replacement tax would be charged at the same point of sale at the same way the grocery tax is charged now. For legal reasons, it would no longer be called a state tax, but it would be called a local tax. However, if it is imposed, it would look and feel exactly the same way as a grocery tax looks and feels today. We should remember that some goods bought in a grocery store are carved out of the grocery tax exemption. They are fully treated as tangible personal property. The largest group of carved-out goods are non-edibles sold in the drugstore side of the supermarket, but two large groups of foodstuffs are fully taxed. One group of fully taxed foodstuffs are seen as indulgences, and a sin tax is applied to them. Examples of this group would be carbonated beverages, sweet drinks, and alcoholic beverages. A second group of fully taxed foodstuffs are unpackaged foods sold for immediate consumption, such as sales within a coffee shop or a cafe within the supermarket. Foods for immediate consumption are fully taxed at the supermarket, just as if they were bought in a restaurant or a fast food place. On January 1, 2026, changes described here will not affect the taxation of grocery store goods that have already been carved out for the purposes of sales taxation. They will continue to be fully taxed as they are now. Separately from the changes described above, HB 3144 will allow non-home rule municipality to impose by ordinance or resolution a new district 1% tax on all tangible personal property, not just the exempted groceries. This new tax would be charged on top of all the other existing sales taxes. This is a long-sought goal of the non-home rule municipalities. Adding this authorization to state law gives this group of municipalities what they say will be a level playing field in competition with home rule municipalities. Prior to HB 3144, this type of tax, when imposed by a non-home rule municipality, could only be imposed for limited and defined public purposes such as building a new police station or a fire station, and could only be allowed in increments of 1.25%. In addition to the changes listed above, HB 3144 will also authorize the Board of Regional Transportation Authority, RTA, to impose a 1.25% tax on groceries in Cook County. The RTA has separate sales tax powers. Its taxes help ensure that Chicago area has some of the highest total sales tax levels when measured by a percentage of sales in the entire U.S. In Sangamon County, the county board can impose a 3% hotel tax. In cities over 500,000, a municipality can institute a 911 cell phone surcharge up to 9%. The House concurrence vote was 86-20, and the governor signed this bill on August the 5th. I have placed a link in the description of this video for you to take a short survey and to leave me your feedback. Please leave a comment and any suggestions you have on this and future topics to discuss. Your feedback is extremely important. We will continue to discuss this topic and similar topics in the future editions of the Inside Track. Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch, and as always, please like, follow, share, and subscribe to my channels, and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can be kept up to date. Thank you.